Hello and welcome to Khelo Dimaag Say, presented to you by Dream 11. So the game that we'll be featuring for the fantasy segment today is the game between RCB and SRH. The game is going to take place at Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi has been one of the flatbeds so far in this tournament, in this UAE leg. It's produced the most number of runs. Dubai, the one odd game, have fetched a lot of runs, but has perennially been around 160, 165 at Dubai. But Abu Dhabi, the last game that happened at Abu Dhabi was the game between CSK and RR. And CSK and RR was a real high-scoring game. RR were able to chase down a score in the region of 190 pretty comfortably. The power play where Yashasvi Jaiswal took off. So that's something that we need to keep in mind before we pick our team for the day. But where do RCB and SRH stand? SRH don't have any chances of qualification or anything in this tournament. The only thing that they can gain from is trying a few youngsters like they did the last game. Priyam Garg, Abhishek Sharma, and then Umran Malik, the fast bowler from Jammu and Kashmir, who was very impressive last game, kept ticking near the 150 kilometers per hour mark last game. So that's something SRH will be try at their bench strength. Virat Singh is a possible change between Abhishek Sharma and Virat Singh. Both are left-handers, the other can bowl an offie, so you don't know how that's going to go. But the picks as far as RCB are concerned are going to be stock standard. You can't leave Glenn Maxwell out. He's been the one factor that's really separated RCB from the rest of the pack this year. He's taken the team on his shoulders, performed like Maxwell can do. The last time he performed like this was for Kings 11, and Kings 11 got to the final that year. So Maxwell does have that sort of match-winning ability which he's showcasing for RCB this year. The last time RCB and SRH played, RCB won a close game. They won by about 5 or 6 runs against SRH in a low-scoring game at Chennai, where even Shabazz came at the end and picked up 2 wickets in an over and changed the game around. But what's happened between RCB and SRH over the years has been a really, really good fight. SRH have generally tended to pick their game up when they've played RCB. David Warner is of course not going to be featuring in this game, but he's been sort of a linchpin in this particular encounter. But Jason Roy, who's come in instead of Warner, has given them decent starts, has got off a few boundaries. So Jason Roy is a pick that I will definitely consider from an SRH side. It's very easy to go for a 7-4 balance. Take 7 people from RCB and 4 from SRH. That's the easiest balance to do. But something that we have to keep in mind today is the points quotient, right? Like the value. Which player, it is going to be really, really hard to fit all the big players in. AB de Villiers is someone who's coming in late to bat. He's batting at number 5 because RCB have tended to use Shrikar Bharat at number 3 if the wicket has fallen early. So he comes in, he's a value pick. So I'm looking at Shrikar Bharat as a value pick here. Riddhiman Saha is a must, he's a lock-in. He's opening the batting, he's been in decent form. One of those batters for SRH who's fetching 30 to 50 points consistently in every match. And he's also a lock-in as far as I'm concerned. The way the last game went, I know the way the last game went for RCB, there was a lot of wickets to the end and Chahal picked up wickets and all that. But Harshal Patel and Chahal will be a lock-in as far as bowlers are concerned, because Harshal bowls at the death and everybody will pick Harshal, and if you miss Harshal, he will hurt you. Chahal also will be picked. The one player that needs to be picked in this encounter is Rashid Khan. But because of the way SRH are playing, they're not putting enough runs on the board. The batsmen do not have the necessity to take a chance against Rashid Khan, especially if they're chasing a score. If they're batting first, they know that SRH are not scoring big runs, so they will look to play Rashid Khan out. So that is one gamble that I'm taking, of leaving Rashid Khan out. Yes, it is a gamble, but I have to fit in the batters. I can't afford to miss the batters today. Like I said, I can't miss the batters today. You can't miss the top order batters from both the sides. As I've picked already Riddhiman Saha from SRH, I'm picking Jason Roy and Williamson as well to bat. Williamson will time the ball well. The ball comes on nicely. He's a very similar player to what Ruturaj Gaikwad is. Sort of touch player, times the ball really well. So can't miss out Kane Williamson in this particular game, and has always batted well against RCB. Even the last time RCB and SRH played in that eliminator, right? Yes, that's right. Eliminator 1 game at Abu Dhabi, Kane Williamson was the one that scored the runs and took SRH home. So you can't miss out on him. Jason Roy can be lethal, and if he gets going, he can get a good score today. So that's as far as SRH is concerned. I'm also picking an extra batter from SRH side. I wanted to go with a 7-4 combination, but 6-5 I found was much more easier because I had to leave another important player from the all-rounder section. Can't leave Maxwell out, so Maxwell is a lock. Whether Maxwell will be a vice captain or a captain is something that I'm very interested in, and I'm leaving Jason Holder out. Jason Holder has done very, very well for SRH this season, but I have to leave him out because of the points. I'm leaving out ABD, Rashid Khan, and Jason Holder. These are big names, but anybody picking a side for today will know that they cannot have all these three fitted in along with Virat Kohli, Devdutt Padikkal, Kane Williamson, and Jason Roy. It's going to be very hard. You'll have to leave someone out because these are all really high value players, and I expect Virat Kohli to come really, really good today because the pitch is such. It is a quality batting pitch, and Virat Kohli will get value for his shots. All his beautiful cover drives and flicks will come into his own. Devdutt Padikkal has also been batting really well. Against an SRH bowling, SRH team like this, I expect both of them to come good. So I'm leaving Jason Holder out and picking Priyam Garg. Priyam Garg is someone who's batted at 4 and 5. He's a good player on a good batting pitch. I expect him to fetch me a few points. The bowlers, like I said, there's 5 batters and 2 keepers, and Maxwell makes my all-rounder, that's 8. The 3 bowlers that I'll be picking, I was very tempted to pick Rashid Khan as well, but I couldn't pick him. So the 3 bowlers I'm going in with are Harshal Patel, Yuzvendra Chahal, and finally Bhuvneshwar Kumar from SRH, just 1 bowler from SRH. The reasons, I mean, it is quite tempting. The wickets are not falling at Abu Dhabi, so it is quite tempting to go a bit bowling light for this game. Batting heavy is the route to go, I think, unless I'm surprised. It's a night game, the dew is falling in, so the second batting teams are going to be benefiting from it the most. Even the first batting teams, like the other day you saw Ruturaj Gaikwad made up for it and got 100 at the end. So batsmen are going to rule the roost. So the captain and vice captain will have to come from the batting or the all-rounder section. It would have been a very, very easy choice to pick a captain and a vice captain for this game if Glenn Maxwell hadn't been in the form that he is showing right now. Maxwell has won like 4 or 5 man of the match awards so far. He's basically turned RCB's fortunes into a really dominating force through those middle overs. And he does play well in Abu Dhabi. I remember a game way back in 2014 where we played at Abu Dhabi, CSK versus Kings 11. He got a big score. He got 100 if I'm not wrong, and chased down a 200 plus score. So Maxwell does bat well there. It's going to be very, very difficult to make a choice. I've got 3 choices in my mind, which is Virat Kohli, Kane Williamson, and Maxwell for captain and vice captain. But keeping SRH in mind, right? SRH is one team that I'm keeping in mind. If RCB chase or bat first, Virat's going to take a bit of his time, and like I told you, the wicket's going to suit him and he will make up at the end. So Virat Kohli is going to be my captain for the day, and it was a choice between Virat or Maxwell to be the captain, but I had to go with Virat, expecting Virat to bat through and Maxwell to come a little later and not get as many points as I'm hoping for. And my vice captain will also be Kane Williamson and not Maxwell. It's a difficult choice to make, but I've taken Kane Williamson because I think he will also bat well on this pitch. Yes, Maxwell might make runs, but I'm expecting these two to make a little more than Maxwell because they will be batting more balls and getting more time in the middle is my suspicion. So that's my team for the day. Hope my thoughts and the way I picked my team helps you to pick your team for today, because there are a lot of value buys that you need to make today, because most of these players have high points. So you need to leave out a certain player. So these thoughts might help you to make those choices. So yeah, what are you waiting for? Go and pick your team and have a good day playing fantasy cricket.